Okay. SAP. SAP stands for System Applications and Products in Data Processing. SAP stands for System Applications and Products in Data Processing, and SAP is one of the ERP product. There are other ERP products or ERP applications are available, like we have Microsoft Dynamics is one of the ERP. Oracle applications, Microsoft Dynamics, PeopleSoft, Born, and SAP. All these applications or products are called as ERP applications or ERP products. SAP is one of the ERP product. And these ERP products can be used by manufacturing companies or service companies to streamline their business processes. Okay. What kind of companies can use SAP or ERP? Manufacturing companies or service companies or retail companies can use this SAP or ERP product to streamline their business processes, thereby productivity can be increased. Thereby efficiency can be increased. Let us take, for example, Honda. What Honda company does? Honda is a manufacturing company, manufacture cars, right? If Honda company uses SAP or any one of this ERP, what benefits this Honda company will get? There should be certain benefits, right? That is then only the company will go and use SAP. If there are no benefits, then why this business or companies will go and implement SAP? Not required. Okay. Now, what ERP stands for? ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. Enterprise Resource Planning. What is meant by enterprise? Enterprise is nothing but the manufacturing unit. Honda is enterprise, manufacture cars. Then what are the resources of manufacturing unit or enterprise? If you take Honda, Honda has to utilize certain resources in order to manufacture a car. What are the resources Honda can use to manufacture a car? Manpower is required. Raw materials are required to manufacture a car. Money is required and machinery is required. These are the resources of a manufacturing company, Honda. If Honda company uses SAP software or any of this ERP, then Honda can plan these resources effectively and efficiently. Thereby, the productivity can be increased. Assume Honda is able to manufacture 100 cars per day. Okay. Honda is able to manufacture 100 cars per day without any ERP or any SAP. If Honda company uses SAP software for their business processes, then the productivity can be increased from 100 cars to 130 cars per day. Just by using SAP software, the productivity can be increased with existing infrastructure. The efficiency can be increased. That is the reason most of the companies are going for SAP implementations. By implementing SAP, all manual business process can be automated. Thereby, the productivity can be increased by the business, by the manufacturing company. In SAP, you can see different modules. All SAP modules can be categorized into two kinds of modules at high level. One is a functional module and other one is technical module. All SAP modules can be categorized into two kinds of modules. One is functional module and other one is technical module. We have functional modules like metals management module, SD, sales and distribution, PP, production planning, financial accounting, FI, and EWM, and transportation management, TM. These modules are called as functional modules. Each functional module has its own functionality. Each functional module has its own business processes. MM module is relevant to material procurement, inventory management, and invoice processing. SD module is related to sales process like a sales order, outbound delivery, and billing document creation. Production planning is relevant to production activities like a production order creation, material staging, and work centers. Financial accounting module deals with account payables and account receivables. EWM relevant to warehouse operations like picking, put away, and internal warehouse. Transportation management module deals with the shipping activities. Likewise, every functional module has its own business processes, and there will be a separate functional consultant for each and every module. There will be MM consultant, ESD and PP and EWM consultant. As a functional consultant, you should understand the module business processes. At the same time, you should know the customer business processes, and we should be able to map customer business requirements into SAP system. That is the job of functional consultant. As a functional consultant, we never write any programs or coding. That is not our job. As a functional consultant relevant to our module, we need to understand customer business processes, and we should be able to configure those business processes into SAP system without writing any program or coding. That is functional. These are functional modules. And there is a technical module, that is ABAP. ABAP. ABAP stands for Advanced Business Application Programming. It's a programming language just like C, C++, and Java. But this programming language can be used only for SAP application development, not for any other application development. Here, developers or programmers or ABAPers can use ABAP programming language in order to enhance existing application functionality. For example, if Honda want to have a new report which is not available in the standard SAP system, this programmer or ABAPer has to write a program in order to add that new report into the SAP system. And there is one more module called as basis. Basis is also part of technical module. This basis team or basis consultant can provide authorizations to the end users. For example, if you guys are using SAP system and if you guys are belongs to purchasing department, then this basis team will provide to you such a way that then only you guys can create a purchase order in SAP system. No other department users can able to create a purchase order. Likewise, as per end user role and responsibility, this basis consultant or basis team will provide authorizations to the end users in the SAP system. And also a basis team will install SAP system in the laptop or desktop. That is the job of basis consultant. And basis consultant can also provide security authorizations. They will take care of security activities. Okay, but anyway, we are functional consultant. Our module is MM module. We are no way concerned with ABAP and basis. There will be a separate technical consultant. They have to take care of technical activities. Okay, right. In SAP, we can see different kinds of projects like SAP implementation project, support project, rollout project, customer initiative project, migration project, upgradation, testing. These are all different types of SAP project. Among all these projects, two projects are very, very important. That is SAP implementation project and support project. Now let us see what is SAP implementation project. As a functional consultant, what is our responsibility in implementation process or implementation project? Okay. Now let us take same example as Honda. Then Honda is a manufacturing company, manufacture cars. But every manufacturing company has their own business process and business requirement, right? You take Honda. Honda has some certain business processes by which Honda can manufacture car. What are the business process of Honda? For example, purchasing is one of the business process. They have to use certain process in order to manufacture a car. It is one of the business process. Similarly, vendor return is also one of the business process. Then next is subcontracting is also one of the business process. Assume that Honda is having 200 business processes which can be used to manufacture a car. See, they have to use certain process to complete the activities, right? See, for example, if you want to make a biryani, you need to follow certain process. Then only you will end up making a biryani, right? Similarly, if Honda has to manufacture a car, then they have to follow certain business processes, whether it is a production relevant processes or purchasing processes or sales processes. These are called as business processes and business requirement. Purchasing business requirement describes how does Honda purchase raw materials from the suppliers. Because in order to manufacture a car by Honda, raw materials are required like tire, sheet metal, engine, bolt, nut, screw, cotton waste. Everything they have to purchase from different suppliers or vendors. Here, supplier is a vendor who supplies material to the customer. Customer can be a person or a department who can purchase material from the supplier. Then vendor returns. Sometimes vendor may send damaged material, or during transportation, vendor material may get damaged. At the time, customer has to return back that material to the vendor. That process is called as vendor returns. Then subcontracting process. Sometimes Honda has to provide all the raw materials to small subcon vendor, and subcontracting vendor has to assemble a car by using all materials provided by Honda and send back that finished product car to the Honda, so that Honda can attach a sticker Honda City and sell it to the customer, for which subcontracting vendor is going to charge only production charges or assembly charges. That process is called as subcontracting process. Assume there are 2000 business processes like this. All these business processes are manual business processes by which Honda is able to manufacture only 100 cars per day. But Honda want to produce more number of cars. Then with existing infrastructure, Honda company want to produce more number of cars. Then how to do, how to make it? In order to increase the productivity, then Honda has to automate these manual business processes in order to increase the productivity. Then how to automate manual business processes? By using SAP software. By using SAP software or ERP, then Honda can automate manual business processes, thereby productivity can be increased. Then once Honda decided to implement the SAP system, Honda company will approach a company called as SAP AG. SAP AG is a software company who designed and developed SAP software in the year 1972. And Honda will purchase a software called as Standard SAP. This Standard SAP has its own functionality. No company can use this Standard SAP as it is. Okay. Honda company will purchase a Standard SAP from SAP in order to map these requirements into SAP system. Right? Then the Standard SAP functionality, it has its own functionality. No company uses Standard SAP as it is, as soon as they purchase a Standard SAP from SAP company. This Standard SAP is just like this. For example, let us take a denim. Everybody knows about this company, right? What denim company does? Denim is a trouser manufacturing company, right? They manufacture trousers or jeans with 50 length. Wherever you go, if you purchase denim, then the length of denim standard trouser is 50 length, right? Then this trouser can be purchased by different customers, A person, B person, C and D. And A person suitable length is just 42, B person 45, 47 and 49, right? Each individual customer has their own requirement. See, since A person is a short person, okay, he cannot use denim 50 because this 50 length denim trouser is too long for A person. He cannot use it. Similarly, B, C, D. But in order to use denim 50 trouser by A customer, what A customer has to do? He has to go to a tailor, or tailor has to come to A person, so that tailor has to measure the length of a suitable length for A person, and tailor should know what is the standard length of trouser, so that he can customize denim 50 to 42, 45, 47, 49. According to the each individual customer requirement, this tailor has to tailor or cut denim 50 to 42, 45, 47, right? Similarly, standard SAP is just like a denim 50. Standard SAP has its own functionality, XYZ functionality. See, while developing SAP system, SAP has considered almost all the businesses across the globe, and they have developed a software or package called as SAP or standard SAP software. And same some standard SAP software can be used by different customers. It can be Honda, Nokia, Reliance Oil, or Reddy Labs. See here, these are all different manufacturing companies manufacture different products. But even though they are different manufacturing companies, they can use same software, standard SAP, for their business processes, right? And here, these companies cannot use standard SAP directly. Okay, we have to customize standard SAP as per each and every customer business requirement. That will be done by the functional consultant or SAP consultant. SAP consultants are just like a tailors. SAP consultant should have good knowledge in the standard SAP. What are the business processes that are available in the standard SAP? At the same time, this consultant should have good knowledge on the company's business processes. Then only this consultant can customize standard SAP as per the customer business requirement. Right? Now, I hope you understand what is standard SAP. It has its own functionality, but no company uses standard SAP directly unless and until we customize standard SAP as per the customer business requirement. Okay. Now, once Honda purchases SAP software from SAP company, that is called as standard SAP, then someone has to do customization, right? Someone has to customize standard SAP as per the customer business requirement. But Honda don't want to go for these activities. Okay, because Honda is a manufacturing company, they manufacture cars. They don't want to deviate their business. Their main business is to manufacture cars. In this case, Honda company will approach a company called as TCS, Wipro, IBM, Tech Mahindra, HCL, L&T. These companies are called as service providers. These companies provide implementation services to different manufacturing companies across the globe. Honda will approach TCS and Honda will tell to TCS, boss, we have 200 business requirements. We have already purchased a standard SAP from SAP company, and TCS has to implement or TCS has to customize a standard SAP as per the customer business requirement, so that Honda end users can use this SAP for their business processes. Thereby, the productivity can be increased. There will be agreement between TCS and Honda. Once agreement is done between these two parties, then the implementation process or project starts from TCS. Here TCS is called as implementation partner. With whom? With Honda. Implementation partner is a company or a person who can implement customer business requirements into SAP system. Hello, am I audible, guys? My voice is clear? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is clear, right?
Yes, sir. It is very clear.
Yeah. Please, Rama Devi, can you please check at your end?
Yes, sir. It is.
Okay, thank you. Right. Once agreement is done between TCS and Honda, then TCS has to implement customer requirements, Honda's requirements into SAP system. Right. Then in order to do implementation, in order to do customization, then the consultant from TCS, they have to travel to on-site Honda. For example, TCS is in Hyderabad. Okay, Honda is in Japan, for example. Then MM consultant or functional consultant need to travel to on-site in order to understand customer business process or business requirements. Right? Here, for example, I belongs to TCS Hyderabad. I am MM consultant, and here there is a client Honda located in Japan. Then I have to travel TCS Hyderabad. From Hyderabad, I have to travel to on-site to Japan in order to understand customer requirements. And all these consultants need to travel: MM consultant, SD consultant, and FI consultant. Initially, we'll do implementation of these three modules in SAP system. These three modules are called as core modules of SAP system. What are they? MM, SD, and FI. Once we implement these three modules, then later we'll do implementation of other modules like EWM and transportation modules. All other modules are called as additional modules or add-on modules. But initially, we'll do implementation for these three modules. MM consultant has to travel, SD and FI consultant has to travel to Honda, Japan in order to understand customer business requirement. Here in Honda, Japan, there are different departments in manufacturing company. Like there is a purchasing department who will take care of purchasing activities, and there is a sales department take care of sales activities. There is accounting department relevant to accounting processes, right? Then as MM consultant, I have to go to purchasing department because materials management module relevant to purchasing, inventory management, and invoice processing. And assume I am MM consultant.
Sometimes your voice is not coming, sir.
Yes, but others are able to hear my voice, Ramadevi. How about others? Do you find any difference? Any disturbance?
Sir, voice is very clear, sir.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that might be your internet network, or you just check your mic, Ramadevi. Okay, right. Then MM consultant has to go to purchasing department of Honda, and they have to ask questions to purchasing department. Assume you guys are belongs to purchasing department of Honda, and I am MM consultant. I have to travel from TCS Hyderabad to Honda, and I will come to purchasing department to you guys, and I will ask questions. By asking questions, I am going to understand the customer requirements. Like for example, what materials you are purchasing from which vendor, whether your vendor is one-time vendor or regular vendor. How do you return back material to the vendor? Like that, I will pose a lot of questions to purchasing department. And accordingly, I have to write down all the answers in order to understand customer business requirements. Sometimes Honda will arrange requirement workshops at customer site. It can be 1 week or 10 days requirement workshop, wherein the top management, steering committee, like directors, vice president, consultants, end users, project manager, everyone sit together in a conference room and they will discuss about the requirement. By discussion, as a MM consultant, I will come to know what are the requirements Honda want to have it in SAP system. And accordingly, I have to write down all the requirements in a notepad. Similarly, SD consultant has to go to sales department. As MM consultant, I never focus on sales or accounting. That is not our job. As MM consultant, we need to focus only on the purchasing relevant requirements and the inventory stores related requirement. That's it. Okay. Then once I understand requirements from the customer, I have to do requirement analysis or requirement feasibility study, whether these customer requirements are feasible to implement in SAP system or not. Then once the feasibility study is done, I have to prepare a document called as BPP, Business Blueprint Document. This Business Blueprint Document is a Word document which contains mainly two sections. One is as is and 2B section. Under as is section, we have to capture all the manual current business requirements as it is. And under 2B section, we need to mention how to map or how to customize these requirements into SAP system. And if there is a gap in standard SAP and the customer requirement, we have to do gap analysis and attach gap analysis to the business blueprint document. And this business blueprint document need to be circulated to Honda end users for their review. They have to review this business blueprint document. They have to sign off. Why? Why? Because during requirements gathering, as a MM consultant, my understanding might be different and customer expectation might be different. If my understanding is different, if there is a gap at the end of the day, SAP product will go wrong. That's the reason we have to send this BPP document to Honda. They have to review it. If there are any comments, we have to fix it. Then once Honda sign off BPP document, this BPP document will be circulated to junior consultants who are having 0 to 6 years of experience, like you guys. And you will go through as is requirement and to be requirement, and you will do customization as per the customer business requirement. How to do customization, how to do configuration, how to map business requirements into SAP system, that will be discussed in detail in our course. That is the purpose of our training program. Right? Any questions so far? Any sort of questions? Feel free to ask.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, it is mandatory to become an MM consultant to learn the to know the purchase knowledge or master data management knowledge.
No need to have any prerequisite knowledge. Okay,
Because,
no need to have any domain knowledge because I'm going to cover from the scratch.
okay. So after completing the MM consultant course, means we have the sufficient knowledge of MM end user, means how to create material and all these things.
Correct. This training program includes end user functionality as well as configuration, functional consultant responsibility. Okay, don't think that this training is only relevant to end user. No, this is for SAP functional consultant training program for materials management module.
Okay, sir. Sir, already I'm having knowledge, the little bit knowledge of purchase, and I'm working in Infosys
Okay,
in master data management.
okay,
In that price file management, I make the outline agreement.
okay, okay.
So it is which will help me or not, sir?
Definitely it will help you because these are configuration, training program, right? You will go as a SAP functional consultant. You are working as a end user. You know just standard SAP functionality, but you don't know how to customize standard SAP or SAP system as per the customer business requirement. That will be discussed in our course. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Now let me tell you some more concepts here. I'm going to cover S4 HANA metals management module. Okay, I'm going to cover S4 HANA. S4 HANA is the 4th generation ERP system. What is S4 HANA? It's a new ERP system developed by SAP. Then old or traditional ERP is ECC. And S4 HANA is developed by SAP in the year 2014. Right? But for the last 30-40 years, most of the companies are using ECC system. ECC stands for ERP Central Component. Okay, and S4 HANA is the latest ERP system. In S4, S stands for simplified, 4 stands for 4th generation ERP system. And in S4 HANA, HANA is the database. HANA is the database. Then what made SAP to develop this new S4 HANA system? In order to improve efficiency of business processes relevant to all business process relevant to all the modules, or in order to improve the performance of ERP system, SAP has come up with a new system, that is S4 HANA. And in S4 HANA, HANA is the database. ECC system databases can be Oracle, or it can be SQL Server, or it can be MS Access. For the last 30-40 years, most of the companies are using ECC system. Right? Then in order to improve the efficiency of ERP system, SAP has come up with the S4 HANA system. In S4 HANA, HANA is the database. And this database, HANA, is designed and developed by SAP. This is SAP's own database. HANA stands for High Performance Analytical Application. See, the database itself says that it's a high performance system. High performance analytical application, that is called as database. And this database is in-memory database. This database is stored in the memory, not in the hard disk. Whereas in case of Oracle or in case of ECC system, these databases need to be stored in the hard disk. Since this database is stored in the RAM, the performance of S4 HANA system is far better than ECC system. But don't think that S4 HANA system is a completely new system in terms of business processes, functionalities, screens, and fields. No. Of course, database is different for sure, but in terms of functionality, both systems remain same. ECC and S4 HANA functionality remains same. See what SAP has done, SAP has created a box called as S4 HANA, wherein they have added HANA database into that box. In addition to that, they have copied all existing modules like MM module, SD, and FI module from ECC system to S4 HANA system, like this. And in addition to these modules, SAP has done some changes in each and every module. Those changes are called as delta changes. Whatever changes SAP has done in S4 HANA system, after copying those modules from ECC to S4 HANA, those changes are called as delta changes. For example, in materials management module, there is a material number. In ECC system, material number length is restricted to only 18 characters. in ECC system. Okay, but in S4 HANA system, the same metal number length has been increased to 40 characters. This is called as delta change. Apart from these delta changes, all other functionality remains same in both the systems. Okay, in ECC system, in MM module, there is a concept called as vendor master. This vendor master has been replaced with the business partner in S4 HANA system. There is no concept of vendor in S4 HANA. They have replaced vendor master with the business partner. These are called as delta changes. I am going to cover delta changes in detail for metals management module. If you know these delta changes, then you guys can work in both the systems, S4 HANA as well as ECC system in the real-time project. Wherever there is a delta change, I'm going to log into ECC system and I will log into S4 HANA system and I will show you the difference between ECC and S4 HANA system. But for our entire course, I will be taking S4 HANA metals management system for our all business scenarios. But wherever there is a change, I'm going to highlight those changes in both the systems, ECC and S4 HANA. Don't think that this ECC will be outdated immediately or after 2-3 years. No, it will take another 5 to 8 years in order to roll out this ECC system. Till that time, ECC projects will be there. See, if I cover only S4 HANA, then if you get any ECC project in the real time, it will be a big surprise for you guys. That's the reason I'm going to, show you both the systems, ECC and S4 HANA for delta changes. Apart from delta changes, all other business process remain same, whether it is enterprise structure or subcontracting process, consignment process, or vendor return process, whatever the process. Okay, those process remain same in both the systems except this delta changes. Right? Okay. Then the total duration of the course is 3 months. And every day in the evening from 8 to 9:15, I'm taking 3 batches, 7 a.m., 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Right now, 8 p.m. slot is available. Monday to Friday, no class on Saturday, Sundays. And I will be giving recordings on daily basis. Okay. Every class will be recording. Once the class is over, automatically this recording will be triggered to your email ID. We'll be adding your email IDs to Google Drive so that you will be receiving recordings on daily basis. And also we'll be providing system access, server access, S4 HANA for your practice. And we have a WhatsApp group for our batch. And if there are any issues or errors, then you can post those issues in the WhatsApp group so that we can resolve those issues. I can give you solution then and there itself, or in the next day we can discuss on those issues in the class. And coming to the course content, let me show you. These are the course content relevant to metals management module. I'm going to cover the topics like this. Then here implementation process, procurement process, delta changes, then master data, metal master, vendor master. In S4 HANA, vendor master is called as business partner. Info record, source list, quota arrangement, and the procurement of stock and consumption materials. This is master data relevant to metals management module. Master data is the SAP data which can be stored in SAP system that cannot be deleted permanently. That is called as master data. Then this is transaction data like stock procurement and consumption material procurement. You can purchase material to maintain stock in your stores, or consumption material can be consumed directly as soon as you purchase material from the supplier. And here we can see purchase order, contract, scheduling agreements, blanket purchase order, automatic purchase orders, and RFQs. These things will be discussed. Then next, inventory management. Here we are going to discuss goods receipt, reservation, stock transfer, posting, automatic PO, return PO, ERS settlement, ERS settlement scales, and PO based invoice verification. Inventory management manages the stock on quantity and value basis. That is called as inventory management. The next, configuration of all the above topics like master data configuration, purchasing document, inventory management, and enterprise structure. Then we have a few special procurement processes like consignment process, subcontracting, pipeline process, returnable transport packaging, stock transfer order. These will be covered. Then physical inventory process. Physical inventory is the physical verification process by which the material can be verified to make sure that the physical stock matches with the SAP stock. That is called as physical inventory process. Then pricing procedure is the framework of pricing elements which can be used to calculate net price and effective price. Release strategy is the electronic approval process which can be used to approve purchasing document before proceeding further. This release procedure or release strategy is the approval process. See, someone has to approve purchasing documents like purchase order, purchase requisition before sending to the supplier or vendor. That is called as release strategy. It is an electronic approval process. In SAP itself, they have to approve purchase order document. See, for example, if you want to relieve your current company TCS, then certain authorities need to approve you are relieving, right? You got a job in TCS or SAP Labs. You are working in TCS. Then you have resigned. Then in order to get relieving from current company, your manager, director, HR manager, they have to approve it. Then only you are eligible to get relieving from current company. That is called as approval process. Similarly, in SAP, in purchasing, in materials management module, there is a approval process by which purchase order can be approved by certain authorities. Then only it is possible to purchase material from the supplier. Then batch management. Materials can be, handled in particular batches. If you want to store materials or stock under particular batch, then we have to go with the batch management. Then service procurement. Just like a material procurement, services can also procure from the suppliers. What is material procurement? Procurement of tangible materials. It can be, tire, engine, sheet metal. These are all materials which can be procured. Similarly, you can procure services from the supplier. Like, for example, your laptop is not working. What you will do? You need to send your laptop to service vendor. Service vendor provides services. Thereby, you have to receive your material with vendor services. That is called as service procurement. These things will be discussed in detail. Then MRP. MRP stands for Material Requirement Planning. Okay, as a part of MRP, there is, consumption-based planning or master production schedule. This will be discussed. Based on the reorder point level, material procurement can be planned as a part of MRP. Then integration between the modules like FI, SD modules. These integrations will be discussed. Then invoice verification. Invoice is a billing document which can be used to settlement, which can be used to settle payment to the vendor by the customer. This invoice document will be created by the vendor or supplier for the payment. Supplier will create or vendor will create invoice document and give it to the customer, and customer has to do settlement to the vendor with reference to invoice document. For example, if you buy a mobile in the showroom, you will get a receipt, right? With reference to that receipt, you will do payment. Similarly, that receipt is nothing but invoice in SAP system. Without invoice, no payment will be settled to the vendor. That is called as invoice processing or invoice verification. And invoice can be blocked or invoice can be released and invoice can be parked for some times. Then interview questions will be discussed in the class, and I will be sharing a soft copy of interview questions for your better understanding or for interview purpose. Then resume preparation. I'm going to help you how to prepare resume. As a functional consultant, what is your role and responsibility? You have to mention in the resume based on your experience. I will be sharing sample resumes. As per sample resume, you have to prepare your resume, send it to me. Let me review those, your resume. Then once I say yes, then you can upload into the Naikuri or you can share it with your friends. Then I will be sharing few real-time documents like BPP document, RISE-FW, then IDOCS document, LSMW for your better understanding. Then types of testing a consultant has to do. Functional consultant has to do certain types of testing. Can be unit testing, scenario testing, integration testing, smoke testing, and user acceptance testing. Those testing will be discussed in detail. Then tables and fields a consultant should aware of. As a functional consultant, you should know certain tables and fields during configuration. Those things will be discussed. ASAP methodology is implementation solution which can be used to implement customer business requirements into SAP. ASAP stands for Accelerated SAP System or Accelerated SAP Methodology. Then Activate methodology is a new methodology, can be used for S4HANA implementations. Then IDOCS. IDOC is an intermediate document which can be used to send SAP documents from one system to other system. That is called as IDOCS. Will be discussed in detail. Then LSMW, Legacy System Migration Workbench, which can be used to upload mass data in SAP system. For example, if you want to create 10,000 materials in SAP system manually, it will take a lot of time and more number of resources are required. Instead of that, if you use LSMW tool to upload or to create 10,000 materials, within half an hour, 50,000 materials can be created by the system itself. It's an automated tool which can be used to upload mass data, whether it is materials or vendors or purchase orders. Then LTMC is the new migration tool, comes with the S4HANA system. LTMC stands for Legacy Transfer Migration Cockpit. Okay, I will be covering this one also, LTMC in S4HANA system, which can also be used to upload mass data. Fiori is the SAP application. It is ease of use application, can be used by the end users of the business to process SAP transactions. With the Fiori application, they can create a purchase order, they can create a material, they can process invoice document. This Fiori application is just like your Samsung mobile apps. See, if you want to purchase groceries, what you will do through mobile? You need to install a big basket, right? Into in your mobile, you need to install the app so that you can procure, you can purchase groceries from the big basket. Similarly, this SAP system transactions can also be processed through smartphone, mobile. Either it can be Samsung or iPhone or whatever. Using your mobile also, you can create a purchase order, you can approve purchase order, you can process invoice, provided basis has to do certain settings in mobile as well as S4HANA system. But this Fiori is applicable only for S4HANA system. It is not applicable for ECC system. It's a new concept, new technology developed by SAP. Then we'll be discussing S4HANA Delta changes in detail during our course. Okay, any questions here? Telugulo explain. No, you can ask me if you have any questions. I can, yes. Yeah, if you are not able to understand, then I can speak Telugu also. I can speak 4 languages: Telugu, Kannada, and Hindi and English. ఓకే, ఎక్కడన్నా మీకు అర్థం కాకుంటే తెలుగులో అయినా చెప్తాను నేను, నో ప్రాబ్లం. తెలుగులో కూడా మీరు అడగొచ్చు, నో ఇష్యూస్. Now I will be sharing these documents to you guys. Okay, anyway, in the class notes I will be dictating. Apart from this, I will be sharing these materials. Okay, these material, this is prepared by me. Before going interview, if you just browse these materials, it will be helpful for you guys. This is one material. Then the other one is with the screenshots. Okay, it looks like this. Okay, there is 200 pages document along with the screenshots and navigation path. Okay, it will be helpful for your configuration. Then I will be sharing real-time documents like a business blueprint document like this. This document we have developed for Birla Group of Industries. Okay, then this is called as BPP. Based on this document, we have to do configuration. Like these many purchase organizations we have to create in SAP system. These many purchasing groups and these many plants we have to create in the SAP system, like Durgapur cement plant, Satna cement plant, like this. And these are the storage locations with the same naming convention, same description. We have to create it in SAP system. And these are the business scenarios relevant to materials management module. We have to do configuration in a SAP system. I will be sharing these real-time documents for you guys for your better understanding. Okay guys, that's all from my side, and over to you. Do you have any questions? Feel free to ask.
Yes, sir. Sir, my shift timing is 12, means afternoon to